Wow. So I am using StreamYard for the first time. I have never used StreamYard before, and this is really quite interesting. Um, I don't even know how to really use this. I feel like I'm sharing my screen, but it just doesn't look big enough. Let me go to the actual thing and zoom in. How is this looking? March content planning workshop. Okay, that looks much better. How is the audio? My husband is watching Love is Blind in the background. Let me know. Let me know how does the video look? What does the audio look like? If you don't have a beverage, I have a beverage here. I have some tea and I have some water. Make sure you grab. Okay, audio good. Hello, Derek. Good evening. Happy to see you here. Audio's good. Yeah, so tonight I thought we get together. Excuse me, I'm just opening up a brand new bottle of honey. Always make sure you have some local honey on deck. So I thought tonight, since this is the first Saturday of March, we take some time to do some monthly content planning. And I'm all in LIB right now too. What does that mean? What's LIB? Please let me know. But yeah, I thought we'd take some time to plan out our content. I just want to show you guys my process. And like it says here, if you have your own, oh, you're on, yeah, Love is Blind. Yeah, have it on in the background. The cool thing about content planning is one of those parts of the process where you can kind of watch TV and like plan your content sometimes. But yes, as it says on the screen, welcome. Grab a blank Notion page, Google Doc, or something similar. Maybe you have your own content planning thingamajig, and I'm going to be sharing a planning process with you. If you have one of your own, just take this time to plan your content. We're going to be hanging out for about an hour, and that could be 60 minutes that you put towards your content, and I want you to feel good about that. As always, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. If you have any ideas you're unsure about committing to in March and you want some help fleshing them out, that is one of my skill sets. I'm really good at helping people bring clarity to their ideas, especially with content. So I am here for you. Great. I'm sorry if my tea is making a lot of, oh shit, I almost made a mess. It's making a lot of noise. This is still pretty hot, but cheers. Let's get started. Okay, hold on. Ooh, I have one more technical thing I need to figure out, guys, because I'm sharing my screen with you, but I can't watch the chat, and I don't need to explain it. Let me just talk about StreamYard, who is sponsoring this video. I wish. I wish they was sponsoring this video in the future. But I am on a 14-day free trial of StreamYard. I'm not too sure how much it costs, but Think Media has a free trial that you can use. Oh, hold on. They have a free trial that you can use. I will make sure to share that with you guys. Leave it in the description box once this live is done, if you guys are planning to go live. And for the month of March, I will be challenging myself to go live every day. That's probably going to be in the night. Yesterday, I called this club YouTube because if you're here with me, you know, we're not at the club, but we're here at Club YouTube working on our content. So it should be a good time. I think I'm just about ready, guys, to get into the flow. Just bear with me. Okay. So I want to leave this up. I wonder, can I share two screens at once? You know what? What I could do is make a pinned comment. Can I? Let me see. Thank you guys for your patience. This is all new to me. I want to make sure I'm talking into the mic. Okay. Okay. Dang, I can't pin a comment on here. Hello, Humble Viewpoint. Humble Viewpoint, what's your name? Thank you for being here. I'm just, y'all, this is my first time this is my second time doing a live, but my first time using StreamYard, and it's quite wacko. Pace. So I don't know. We're just gonna have to figure it out, guys. Because on actual YouTube, all right, so let's just get started. The first place I want to start, if you do have your blank Notion page or Google Docs set up, I do want to talk about some questions to get your mind thinking about content for the upcoming month. So, do you know who your target audience is? Hey, Dave, nice to see you. Ooh, okay. That's a good idea, Derek. Okay. Um, so yeah, do you know who your target viewer is, your target audience members are at this point? Because having that in mind is going to help you with figuring out, okay, what content should I be putting out to my target audience this upcoming month? This is some crazy shit, guys. I have to talk to y'all, multitask. What Who is your target audience? Who is your target audience? Can you see that? See, I'm in the way. Let me see. Freaking God. Have the back. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. Who is your target audience? And if you are clear on that, that's a really good thing. When I'm doing my monthly planning, I do like to take some time to think about what time of year is it. And March is the time of year where winter is coming to an end and we are getting into spring. And you may hear that and think that's not really relevant. Why should I care that spring is about to start? Well, I think it's relevant and could be useful because a lot of people, and perhaps maybe your target audience, is going to be in that space of feeling renewed. And when spring comes along, you get this sense of like renewal, this sense of like a clean slate, a fresh start, similar to January 1st. So I like to let things like that inspire the type of content. The way that it can inspire your content is maybe the way you craft your titles. Just speaking into that like spring vibe or a chapter is ending type of vibe. So I hope you feel what I'm saying when it comes to that. Also, when it comes to who your target audience is, what do you think would serve them and help them in the month of March? Like, what type of stuff do you think they're searching for? What type of stuff do you think they are searching for? And on your blank document, you can like brain dump these answers to the answers to these questions. Um, Also, when it comes to your target audience and what they might be searching for, do you have kind of like a theme that you might want to go with in terms of speaking to your target audience in the month of March? For example, do you want to focus on just one area and maybe create video ideas stemming from that one topic? As an example, I could use some of y'all's niches for examples if you want to drop your niche. But we could use me for an example. My target audience is people that want to build a strong online brand, build online business, who want to start their YouTube channels, and really establish themselves in the digital space because they either want to make money online from their content or in some type of way they want to make money. So in the month of March, it's still early in the year. So I'm assuming my audience is on that business mindset. They want to get information on maybe starting their business, improving their business, or preparing their business for the summer season. Just as an example, hello, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Sine? Welcome. So, yeah, I'm just going to give you guys a moment to brain dump what your target audience might be looking for in the month of March. Oh, Lord. If you're just joining, welcome. I'm unable to pin a comment, but you are welcome to ask any questions you might have. Okay. All right. I am going to move on, but if you need to continue brain dumping, feel free to do that. I'll move on after I take a sip of my tea. Okay, so after you've taken some time to think about, all right, what does my audience need this month? For me, I want to know, are you clear on your posting schedule for the month? Do you know how many pieces of content you're trying to get out? How frequently are you trying to post this month? What is going to be your posting schedule for the month? Is it 2 times a week? 3 times a week? Or whatever the case may be, I think you want to know how frequently you want to post so that you can get a clear idea of how many videos you need to come up with in your planning process. Sine says she would potentially like to post 2 to 3 times a week. So if we do some basic math, I wish I could pull up a calendar. I guess I can. Let me see. Calendar view. Um, Dang. I'm just gonna use any. Oh God, I don't know. I want to pull up a calendar for you guys, but I don't know how. All right, you could pull up a calendar yourself, I guess. Doesn't, what's this? Oh, you can't see it. I pulled up a calendar, but you can't see it. All right, sorry. I'm still figuring things out. But let's do some basic math. 2 times 4 is that 8? I'm not good at math, guys. Even something as basic as that. You you might want to post 8 and then 3 times 4 is that 12? Let's just go with it. 8 to 12 pieces of content in a month. So now we know we need to come up with at least eight eight ideas for our content. You need to come up, right? So cool. I mean, I don't think that is too hard. I don't think that's too hard to come up with eight ideas for our content. And for me, I like having that ballpark number so it doesn't feel like I'm just going into my planning session trying to come up with, I feel like I need to come up with hundreds of ideas. No, at the very minimum, we need to come up with 8. At the very top, we come up with 12. And then if we come up with more, that's even great. And adjust these numbers for yourself, because not everyone may want to post um, as often as 2 to 3 times a week. But if you haven't taken that opportunity to challenge yourself, like say you've been posting 1 video a week, if you haven't taken the opportunity to challenge yourself to move it up to 2 times a week, I'm going to encourage you to challenge yourself. Maybe Derek can speak on posting more than once a week. If anyone wants to speak on their experience with attempting to post more than once a week, I would love to hear that. But I'm encouraging you to post more than one long form video. And I'm talking long form. If you are over here messing with me, I don't do shorts. And I don't do shorts because in my opinion, the shorts viewer and the long form viewer are two different people. And I want the long form viewer because there's some confetti. Confetti just happened. I don't know why. But I want a long form viewer because when the channel is monetized, that's where you make the bread at with the long form content. So there's multiple benefits of learning how to post more than one video a week. Okay, cool. So we have an idea of how many pieces of content we want to post. Hold on, I need a drink of water. All right, so, and again, guys, any questions, anybody need to play with their ideas? Oh my gosh, Derek posts a video every day. So Derek says I can show y'all because I'm on StreamYard. Look, hey everybody. This is what Derek says I post every day, so I have to record 2 videos every other day. That's dedication. To this point, definitely take into consideration your lifestyle. It may be very difficult, depending on what your lifestyle is, what your time constraints are, to do something like post every day. I feel like with anything, though, it's going to be hard in the beginning. Derek, was it hard for you in the beginning? Like, how did you get on this cadence? But yes, it's probably going to be hard for you to take things up a level. It'll be hard, but then you'll get used to it. I feel like all of us here went to high school. what time? Like, I had to wake up. School started at 7:20 a.m. When I think back on that, I'm like, oh my, why did we have to be sitting there in homeroom ready to go at 7:20 a.m.? That was mind blowing. I had to wake up at the crack of dawn every damn day just to go to school. So I bring that up as something like in the beginning, that was hard to get on the cadence to be ready to go at 7:20 a.m. every day and sit in that and do that for 8 hours. So yeah, it's hard in the beginning, but once you do it, you'll get good at it. Um, Great. Let me just jot that down. We want to potentially increase our uploads per week in the month of March. Potentially, that's what we want to do. But Derek says the way he was able to get on the cadence of posting every day is I had to test out a few different recording schedules to figure out the best one. I love that. The key phrase right there is recording schedule. And that's even something I'm still figuring out. But I've learned once I get that magic recording schedule, I'm going to be good to go, because when you just trying to figure out, okay, let me film a video, like randomly trying to figure out when you film a video, it just adds to chaos. It creates more chaos for you. And YouTube is chaotic already. You don't need to do that, but it does take time to get a great recording schedule. And we could jot that down. Um, this is so annoying. It takes time to get a good recording schedule for yourself. For real, for real. Sine said, yes, I have been experiencing burnout since I started YouTube, and I was about to quit until I came across your YouTube channel a few days ago. That warms my heart to hear that I'm keeping you in the race, because I believe we are all so special. And if we can learn the skill of presenting just how special we are online, that can change our lives from a financial standpoint and from a standpoint of having community. I love that I get to be here with y'all. Yes, it's late. Yes, I'm tired. We was talking about Love is Blind earlier on the chat. Tell me why I stayed up till like 4 a.m. watching that. I'm still not done, but it's like my sleep schedule is off. Burnout is real, but I'm happy you're in the game. So, all right. We need to be clear on how many videos we're trying to post and think about our recording schedule. Now, let's talk about the ideation process. Let's talk about all right. So, how I create and if you guys have any insights on how you come up with your ideas, please share it with us. But this is my ideation process pretty much. Throughout the month, like March has started, at the top of every month, I just have some place digitally where I can just drop any ideas that come to mind for the next month's content. And I do that throughout the entire month. If I get an idea, let me go drop it on my idea list. We'll call it. Let me go drop it on my idea list. And I do this because when it's time to plan my content each month, it's going to be much harder if you're coming to your content planning with a blank slate and nothing to work with. But we are creative people. We should be frequently thinking of different things to share with our community on a daily basis. So you need to have a system for capturing that those ideas. And it can be as simple as just having a running list for capturing your ideas on a Google Doc, a Notion page, or any similar tool. So let's take some time if you guys want. If you don't have any ideas written down for the month of March, let's just take some time to write down any ideas that come to mind. And I'm talking about anything like don't one of the things, writing is one of my strong suits. And I used to kind of help people write their essays. And I notice a lot of people are just scared to write down their thoughts. They're scared to write down their raw, natural thoughts. They feel like even this is your person, no one's looking at this, no one can see your idea list, but you still might feel like I have to write down my thoughts in this like perfect, neat, pristine type of way. No, just get messy. Get messy. Hey, welcome, welcome. Just get messy with writing out your ideas. It's supposed to be like that. This is your creative process. I love art. Um, I really love art. I don't paint, but when you think about an artist, they have a messy creative process, and at the end they have a finished beautiful product. I want you to approach your ideation and allow yourself to get messy with it. Just jot down the ideas that come to mind, even if it sounds stupid in your mind, just write it down anyways. And then we can take a look at your idea list and refine it. So let's take some time to jot down some ideas if you don't have them already. If you have some ideas that you've written down, take this time to look at them. Um, just notified. What's your name? You said earlier that you take time to post one long form, 5 shorts, and 5 community posts a week. Wow, you're killing it with the community posts. Hey Maggie. Hey, okay, hi Justin. Just Notified is Justin. That's the man behind Just Notified. That's clever. I see you with the name of your channel. If you're just joining, we are taking some time to write down any ideas that come to mind for the content you want to put out in the month of March. Thank you. Dave, humble point of view. Dave, Okay, so this is a part. Maybe I can move it up. All right. So, does anybody want to share an idea that they think is silly, or an idea for a video that they're just not too sure about? Um, Dave, Dave has an idea that he so kindly is sharing with us that he might not be too sure about. And he said, I'm working on how playfulness helps to avoid burnout. This is I see where you're going with this because I haven't been reading it. I haven't been reading it the way that I should, but I think learned about this concept in this book, Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdal. So I would say, where what are you uncertain about or not sure about? I know for certain though, you're gonna have to dress up this title and make it like sexy, because I feel like even though this is a great concept, I feel like it's one of those topics that if someone is just scrolling really fast looking for something to watch, they might feel like people know they need to do shit, but they don't really be wanting to do shit, you know? Like people know they need to avoid burnout and they need strategies for burnout, but if it's not put to them in a sexy enough manner, people might overlook it, you know? And then I'm wondering, what is going to be your thumbnail for this? I feel like using if you've read this book or you got that concept from this book, wherever you got that concept from, is there someone who already has authority in the space, someone like Ali Abdal that is very familiar to a person who may be interested in how playfulness helps to avoid burnout? Like, how can you capitalize on someone who has already built a strong audience, who is already recognizable, and play that to your advantage in your thumbnail and in your title? Because I have a video. Oh, see, Derek has given a really great, how about call it the number one way to avoid burnout? And that's a good title because it sparks intrigue. It sparks curiosity, you know? Um, but I was going to say, I talked about this concept in one of my earlier videos, but it's called put the broccoli in the burger. This is not my own concept or analogy that I necessarily came up with myself, but there, if you envision little kids, they don't really like, a lot of them don't like to eat vegetables. And so their mom might take a broccoli, mash that broccoli up, and pop it into a burger on the low. That kid don't even know what's in there. That kid don't even know the nutrients they're about to receive. All they see is a delicious looking burger with a side of fries and they're good to go. But what happened? They still got what they needed. They still got their nutrients. So how can you craft the video and craft the title to put the broccoli in the burger? I hope that makes sense. People, the main point to take away is like a lot of your audience. You may know what you need, your audience needs, but they don't even know what they need. And people just want things to look nice and shiny and delicious, you know? They don't necessarily want things to be so direct all the time. They want that. The title that Derek suggested is a really good place to, um, it's a really good title in a sense because you're not giving them too much, but you're giving them something to be curious about, you know? So yeah, I hope I'm making sense here. Anyone else? Anyone else have an idea for a video they're not too sure about? I would love to hear from you guys. If you're just joining, um, do you, let me get to my. If you're just joining, please grab a blank Notion page, a Google Doc, or something similar, and let me know what stage of the creation process you're in. I like the way Justin put what we were just talking about. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. That's how we have to, 9 times out of 10, serve our audience to serve our content to our audience. And I think that's largely because we're small channels. When we have bigger, well, there might be people on here with a bigger channel than mine, but I've noticed that smaller channels have to obviously work so much harder to get that click. But I feel like when we've built that authority, we don't have to dress up our concepts as much. We can be more straightforward, but we have to do something to get people in the door. And that's just referring to, we have to do something to get people to click on our videos and at least come in and see what we're talking about. And you guys can ask any questions related to content at all. So Justin is playing around with a video idea about why people quit YouTube. This is a popular topic right now, like in the YouTube space. It's been popular for like 5 weeks at this point. So I would say to you, if you want to, oh my gosh, guys, my heat is on. Can you hear my heat? Let me go turn it off. Okay. So I was saying, if you want to talk about this topic of why people are quitting YouTube, you definitely got to come with a different perspective than what a lot of people have been saying so far. And I don't think you have to be too creative with your title because this is a popular topic. People are curious in hearing different perspectives on this. So I think that it's a good topic to run with. I wonder what your thumbnail is going to be. I do wonder what your thumbnail is going to be. And speaking on that thumbnail for a second, thumbnails are a large part of the planning process. And how many of you might still be doing this or you might have evolved past this, but I know for myself, when I first started YouTube, I would take about 5 minutes before I posted the video to come up with a thumbnail. I'm like, I just spent all this energy editing this video and creating this video. I don't even care. Like I did not spend enough time on my thumbnails. And April Lean, I don't know her last name, but she has an amazing video on thumbnails. And it really sparked, she told me like there's a lot of psychology behind thumbnails. And basically, what I'm trying to say in regards to planning, I definitely think, um, how can I say this? I've started to think about my thumbnails along with my topics, my video ideas, because it's one of the most time consuming parts of planning and creating a video for me still, because it's just so hard. There's so much psychology. And yes, Maggie, that is the thing around town, around these YouTube streets. When you're planning your content, don't jump into the script. Don't do nothing until you are clear on your title and your thumbnail and also your hook. So it could be looked at two ways. You got to be clear on your title, thumbnail, and topic, or be clear on your title, thumbnail, and hook. And I don't know if you guys heard about the hook part, but the hook, those three things are, it's like how you're selling your product, your video being your product. Let's say you get them to click, but then you don't hook them or you don't express clearly what value, what is going to be the benefit of them continuing to watch this video. So if this is not already in your planning process, if this is not already the order in which you approach your planning process, I highly, highly recommend getting clear on your title, thumbnail, hook slash topic first. And speaking to the topic aspect, you may be wondering what's the difference between your video topic and your video title. Well, I've learned in my planning process that let's just use the examples we've had so far. Dave, let me make sure that's his name. I believe it is. Yeah, Dave, this is his topic, how playfulness helps to avoid burnout. He can check that box. He's clear on his topic, but that isn't necessarily your title. So you need to, or he needed to get further clarity on his title and then also get clear on his thumbnail. Then you could work on your script and then you could film your video. I'm going to take some time to write this out for anyone that wants to see this written out. And in the meantime, on the ideas that you guys may have brainstormed so far, take some time to think about what is the thumbnail going to look like for this idea? What is the title going to look like from this idea? And in that phase, sometimes you find this video is going to take a lot more work for me to bring to fruition. And if that's the case, you can move it over to April and just move it over to your April list of ideas. So yeah, give me a second to jot down what we've covered in the last few minutes. If you're just joining, we are thinking about what thumbnails are going to go with the ideas we've brainstormed so far. Mm, okay, let's see what's going on. Yeah, April Lynn, Dave, on the topic of thumbnails, April Lynn Alter has a video called How to Make Killer Thumbnails. And I will be sure to link this in the description box. But it is a fantastic video. That is like a masterclass on thumbnails. She really, you might have come across thumbnail related videos in the past, and she kind of condenses that information plus adds more clarity to the process of creating thumbnails. And I definitely think it's something everyone should check out who wants to improve their content, especially from the angle of thumbnails. Does anybody have any questions at the moment related to content planning? As Dave said, that videos were well worth the time. Does anyone have any questions at the moment related to content planning, content in general? Okay. If no questions at the moment, that is totally okay. I am going to move on to the next step in this content planning process, which I believe is scheduling out your content. Um, I have, like, how do you guys plan your content? Do you use just a blank document? I have like a kind of robust content planning system in which I have a content calendar. So, do you have a content calendar? I want to know, how do you visually show yourself, okay, this video is going to be released this day. That video will be released that day. I think it's really important to have a visual calendar of your content because it will really help keep you accountable, and things are going to be moved around. For example, I didn't I came up with mad ideas last month for content that I wanted to create, but the way things kind of went, new ideas were downloaded to me, and I just ended up creating videos on those those ideas that I came up with. So then for March, I just moved all my February ideas basically into March. So things are going to be moving around a lot on your calendar. That's why I don't necessarily recommend a pen and paper type of calendar or even a whiteboard, because you're going to constantly have to update it. And you want to access your content calendar on the go. At least I do. So do you use Google Calendar? Do you use Apple Calendar, Notion Calendar? How are you going to visually show yourself the um, ideas that you have coming up, or the videos that you have coming up? It's important to see that, I think. Um, if you don't have a calendar at the moment, you can, on your Notion page, Google Doc, whatever you're using to follow through with this process, at least get an idea of the dates. Like, you can have your video idea, and next to it or underneath it, write out, I want it to go live this date. And then later on, you can pop that into some type of calendar. But um, Justin says, I don't currently have a visual calendar, but I need one. Yeah, yeah, I do think that would be helpful. not only is there accountability, but for me, I get really excited and I feel official. I feel valid seeing I have a content calendar. I have shit down the pipeline. Like I'm aware to some degree that I'll be releasing content this month. YouTube is like a business. I want everyone to approach YouTube like a business. And whether you have experience with entrepreneurship or not, I am very confident that you have at least worked some type of job before, and that job is a business as well. And even if you're thinking back to maybe some of your earlier jobs where it's like you got to clock in type of stuff and work your shift, all of that, they have to keep that organized. They have to keep all employees organized. They know what's going on down the pipeline. They know next week so and so is working. That's how they keep the machine running. So if you think about your content calendar, having some idea of what's coming down the pipeline is going to help you keep you organized and stay on top of your shit. I'm sorry I can't put that more eloquently, but I really think that it's a really good thing to have. Derek says, I write my ideas down in the notes app on my phone, which is great. It's a very simple way. Not everyone likes to be super organized. That's why I didn't show you guys my Notion and my content planning dashboard, because it's like, it'll be like, whoa, okay. Some people will be like, oh, wow, this person, you really got your whole system going, don't you, Nala? And not everyone likes to plan and be organized that way. So your notes app is a really great place to start if you just want to start writing things down. There's so much power in writing things down. I did want to mention also one of the benefits of having a visual calendar is when you're aware of some like video ideas that you want to post in the future, your brain will naturally start thinking of pieces of your script or thinking of the type of thumbnail. You'll watch content throughout the week and be like, oh, I'm about to work on a video that's similar to this, or this video I'm watching reminds me of a piece of content that I want to drop later in the month. And you can kind of, uh, like take maybe you watching content in your free time or aimlessly scrolling and use that to your advantage to enhance or um, improve the video that you will be coming out with in the future, because you are visually aware of what's coming down the pipeline. So yeah, major benefit. And then lastly, once you have your content calendar, your visual content calendar up and ready to go, like I said, I have, so in my content calendar, I can click on the video idea. And once I click on it, there's a blank page or some type of page where I can start working on the script. I can start copying and pasting some inspiration for my thumbnails. I can start brainstorming what my title of my video is going to be about, you know? So I want to ask you, where do you, it's cool you have all these ideas, everything you've done up to this point, but where are you scripting out and like planning your actual video out? Is it in the same place, a different place? Right now, I'm just taking some time. And lastly, where are you going to script out your video? And I've learned on my YouTube journey that writing out a script of what I want to say verbatim does not work for me. Was it helpful in the beginning? Yeah, it was, because it felt like, all right, I'm not just going to go on here and go blank and not know what I'm going to talk about. But I noticed like trying to follow the script, it really sounds robotic and not natural. And public speaking is a skill, right? Though this is digital, though we're not in person, this is a form of public speaking. And I would say to anyone that one feels crippled by the scripting process because that takes a lot of time, and two is fearful of not having a super intense script, free yourself and allow yourself the space to just bullet point your script. Now, um, I will say your hook or the intro to your video, you might want to be highly clear on that. Um, so Justin said, I script in Google Docs for now. Yeah. Yeah, I think I used to use Google Docs before I became a Notion person, but Google Docs is cool because you can access that on the go. And some of our best ideas and our best work comes about when we're not even sitting down and doing focused work. We're just out and about, we get inspired, and you want to be able to jot that down. A tip that I got recently when it came to scripting from one of my subscribers on here, he said that, so like we just kind of thought about a whole bunch of videos, right? It can be daunting to now you click on you choose one of your ideas and there's nothing there. He just said like start in small bursts. Just start drafting out the script real quick. Even if it's for 5 minutes, at least you have something there. So then when you're able to do a more focused work block on that script, you're not starting from zero. You have some type of idea to help you flow and get your creative juices going on that script. So I hope that's helpful. Dave says, I use a tablet with a stylus to plan. I do a lot of drawing, not just typing. That's an amazing point. That's an amazing point. Are you are you a visual planner? Do you want to draw out your script slash content of your video? I think that's amazing, Dave. I'm happy that you shared that with us. I have an iPad and I have Procreate on there. And sometimes I have in the past used that for my planning process because it's like, are you a visual learner? Because if you're a visual learner, you might be a visual creator. Does that make sense? Can we have a better term for what I'm saying? Like if you're a visual learner, you might, I don't know, it might be helpful for you to get organized and plan and stuff when you can see it out visually. A great tool for that, if you don't have a tablet and an Apple Pencil and all that, or a stylus, is Milanote. Milanote, and then what is it called? Canva also has where you can visually plan out a video. There is someone else on here with a great video talking about her visual planning process, and I'll link that in the description box too. I'm trying to pull up. All right, this is not the best kind of thing. It's kind of all over the place. It's unfinished, but this was me back in December just needing a visual and to needing to like visually see what my thoughts were. Sometimes you just need to like doodle, draw stuff out like Dave was saying, not just typing, because typing can feel uninspiring or like, what the hell? These are just words on a screen. How can I make that into a great video? So I love that. I Instead of just typing everything out, and that's pretty much my monthly content planning process. Um, I hope this was helpful in some type of way. I don't, and also I want to acknowledge that when you're first starting out on YouTube, it could feel daunting to even want to plan a month of YouTube content. And I think what we talked about can go for other platforms as well. And it's fine to kind of just be like, I have a general idea of where I'm going with this. Excuse me. I have a theme, like we kind of touched on earlier, of what I want to share on my channel is too overwhelming for me to actually plan everything out. I just want to go with the flow. Feel free to do that. If that works for you, feel free to do that if that works for you. I do want to see if anyone has any questions. We can just take this time to ask questions or just share whatever may be on your mind in terms of content and preparing for this upcoming week or this upcoming month. Dave says very helpful. Thank you. We will be watching as your channel grows. Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you. Thank you so much for even hanging out with me on this late night over here at Club YouTube. It's midnight. It's the next day. Well, happy Sunday to you. I don't know if you're going to stay for a little while, but I appreciate the gratitude. I really do. And all the best to you on growing your channel this month. Who knows? The thing about YouTube is you truly are one video away. Like you never know. Like you like just think about it. We took some time to plan out our content and kind of get a little bit of clarity for ourselves. Who knows if one of these ideas we came up with will be a video that takes our channel to new heights, heights we never thought of. Like, I'm truly a believer, and something that keeps me going on this journey is you just never know what video might blow your channel up, or something like that, or what video can drastically change everything or change your channel enough to just keep you going into the next month. Justin says, I often question whether my niche is clear enough. I'm in the midst of a pivot. Please share more. I want you in 10 words or less to tell us what your niche is or like where are you pivoting to? And maybe we can share like, oh no, that's clear. I'm definitely, I don't mind giving my 2 cents, and please always take my opinion with a grain of salt because I'm still new. I did see a couple people have joined. We're just wrapping things up. You could definitely watch the replay, but right now I'm taking any questions, anything on your mind in regard to the upcoming week or month related to content. We're just gonna spend a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so, bouncing some ideas or just thoughts off of each other. Why not? This is Club YouTube on the late night. And I am using StreamYard for the first time on the replay. I will be linking the a link from Think Media where you can get StreamYard for 14 days for free. For free. So yes, I just asked Justin to share his niche with us to see if it's clear or not, if he wants to. The short, let me pull this up for everybody. The short version is make money online, quit your 9 to 5. I like that. Like we're in a similar place. So my husband works a 9 to 5 and he has been definitely struggling with transitioning from being in a rhythm to, of course, like he can work his 9 to 5, but adding in that content aspect has been very difficult. There's plenty of people like that, that desire to create content, but they work a 9 to 5, and that takes a lot of time, energy, and everything like that. So I think your niche is clear. I would say, I think that's it's similar to mine in the sense like I know I'm talking to content creators and entrepreneurs. I guess that's what I want to ask you. Who do you primarily want to help make money online? What type of people are you trying to inspire to quit their 9 to 5? Like my husband works in tech. So I worked with him to kind of get clear like, are you talking to just anybody in terms of because he wants to help people increase their income and increase their impact. Like that's kind of his like vibe. But oh, like who are you talking to though? Are you talking to everyone that's just in corporate America, or are you talking to those in tech because that's what you can most strongly speak to? I would encourage you, Justin, to get clear on who, if you're not, I don't know if you are, but who, this is a good niche and a good theme to rock with. But who exactly do you envision when you're like, this is how you can make money online? You need to quit your 9 to 5 and get on this laptop lifestyle life, get a bag from any place on your schedule, on your type of time. Who is that ideally do you want to encourage, inspire, teach with your content? I think that will help you with messaging in your videos and just help you feel like you know who you're like what you're doing with your content. But yeah, any Dave says you have a tribe, Justin. They need to find you, but they are out there. And that's true. We all have our audience out there, but we do have to be crafty with how we go about finding our audience. And no problem, Justin. And anyone else with any questions, anything they want to share, get off their chest and their heart? I guess I can end the live in like 4 minutes or so. Maggie says, I agree. If while anyone else is like seeing if they have any questions, um, what's on my mind in regard to the upcoming week or month? I don't know. I'm doing a challenge to go live every day for 30 days. And that's spicing up my YouTube journey because sometimes, guys, I don't know if anyone can agree, but the whole process, uh, put a video out, start over again, put a video out, start over again. Try not to get obsessed with the numbers. Try to maintain your sanity. All of that can get repetitive, which is okay, right? It has to be repetitive because eventually we'll have repetitive money coming in, right? So it's a part of the process, but sometimes it can get a little stale. So I always love to challenge myself. I consider myself a student of life. I have to continue to learn and grow. So with this month, I'm like, let me just do a challenge and live stream every day. So I'm looking forward to that, but I wonder what that impact is going to be on me. It's not easy in a sense, but it's way easier than having to come up with a whole video and film it and edit it and everything like that, you know? And I get to connect with y'all and I get to get my watch hours up. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to what live streaming is going to do for my channel. And also, I'm just curious to see how I handle everything. I do want to get back to posting 3 videos a week. That's just my goal. That's just my thing I want to do. So I'm just curious to see how I handle it all this week and this month. Like, I'm starting to get the hang of this content life. I'm starting to like not have such a annoying relationship with the numbers. Like, I'm going to get to where I'm going. But yeah, I'm just curious to see how everything unfolds. Derek said, I might push my first live up. I'm thinking Wednesday. Well, I will be sure to tune in if I catch it, if I can. Derek. Yeah, I encourage everyone, like, how can you challenge yourself, even if it's in a small way? We talked about a lot of different things on this live. Maybe you're doing all of them, maybe you're not, but challenge is important and it can be fun. So that's what I would say I'm kind of looking forward to in the upcoming week or month. And I'm so excited to continue to connect with my community in this way through this live streaming thing. What time is it? It's 12:09. I think I'm going to end this, guys. I'm proud of myself. I just want to say something. When you think about, oh my gosh, I have to go live for an hour, it sounds long, but it goes by quick. It goes by quick. If you guys have any feedback for me and how I'm presenting information, I realized that this could have been a lot smoother if I had a slide deck or something, but I don't, I think over time with these live streams, I'll get more polish, but I just had to show up today. I just had to show up today. So I'm open to feedback. Um, and yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Um, I guess I'm going to go. Hopefully, my husband's caught up with Love is Blind. But yes, good night. As Maggie said, great job, everyone. Good night. And I hope this was helpful. Just drop a comment on the video if you have any other feedback, anything you want to say, and wishing you guys a great month and a great week of creating content. Bye bye.